How's it going, everybody? It is Mischief here. Welcome to the second episode of Furst Insight, the podcast where I interview various furs and I give you a better insight as to what they do as a content creator, as a furry, and as a person. And I am so happy to have with me today DivaPanda. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It is your favorite panda mom, and I'm here, and my name is Diva Panda, and I'm another streamer. I'm a trans furry streamer, and I love hacking, vibing with games. I tend to chat a lot with people, and yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah. Diva's been a good friend of mine for a bit now, so I figured it was only a matter of time before I did some sort of collab with her.
Yes, exactly. It's been in the wait for too long, but now we're
Too
solving
long.
it.
All right. So, what do you say we get right into these questions?
Yeah, for sure. Let's get started.
All right. Your first question is, how long have you been in the fandom?
How long have I been in the fandom? Well, for me, I've been here for 15 years in the fandom. It all started like one day. Like I'm sure like a lot of people have. You see like animals in like media and stuff like that who are able to do like human things, like walk on 2 feet and like
Oh yeah,
go
yeah.
to work and rock a normal job and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. That kind of creativity I like. And so I found this game called like for Cadia, like hacking shout out to people who know that, and then
Oh,
I kind of explored making a character to that. So you kind of find out, well, like, are there other people like me in the city like that? And then kind of did that search and found meetups and stuff. And yeah, after I like just met a few people, I was like, I think I vibe well with this fandom.
yeah, I get that. What is your favorite aspect of this fandom? Like, if you had to
um,
decide what one particular part of the fandom you like the most, what is it?
yeah, for sure. I want to say if this counts, I feel like I might be lumping some things, but I
All
just
right, go
like
ahead, go
how um I like how I like how supportive the community is. Like in the sense like we're very like the community is very easy and open to other folks who are in the community, and maybe not even just in the community but like charities as well too. You see like conventions every year and stuff like that that have that like they each pick like a charity to support. And even in our streaming community too, like you'll see we do like extra life and stuff like that. Like we're very like I think like one of the foundations of the furry fandom is being just like supportive to not only like our community but like any folk who kind of like need help and stuff like that. We're kind of there. So it's good to help each other through like tough times and stuff.
Help each other.
Yeah, all of the helpies.
PSA, help each other. Well, it's not really a
Exactly. That's
PSA.
if
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not really a PSA if everybody should be doing it.
right. If there's anything you get from this interview right now for other people, just help one another.
Help one
Be kind.
another. Don't be stupid. Don't do drugs.
Exactly. There you go. That's easy. Done.
Nice.
Interview's over. I'll see you tomorrow.
Interview's
No, I'm
done.
joking.
uh, well, there's actually 20. There's actually 17 more questions. So, and that's
Right.
not even including the Twitter questions because I got a few of
Oh, I
those too.
saw. Oh, I'm excited for those. But yeah, we'll get started.
Yeah. Who is the most impactful person that you've met through furries? Who is like your biggest like inspiration, helper, whatever you feel. I have a feeling I
um,
already know.
you might, but this like took like a lot of thinking because like I was thinking like who helped me. Was it because I've each stage of my life I kind of had someone there for me in the furry fandom, and so like it's hard to like kind of pick one. I did choose one, don't worry, I chose one, but
Did you write
I
this
was just like
down?
well, this is one of the questions that I actually like sat down and like thought about because I
Okay.
like there's some questions where I just wanted to like natural response or whatever, obviously,
Oh no, I
but
get you. I get you.
this one I was like shit, like what am I gonna say? But I was like 10 years ago I would have said something different. 5 years ago, probably even like 3 months or 4 months ago, I probably would have said something different.
Oh.
But I think for this question and like currently, and if I'm trying to say like relevant to what I'm doing, I'd probably have to say Lumetric, as we all know, and you might know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's been funny, and there's reason because like like he met me like in like my Evil Within stream, hecking browsing on Furry Watch, and we kind of started like back and forthing each other's streams at the start, and like we were like friends at first, like light friends at first, and like we would just say hi, and it was just nice to see each other, and then we kind of like grew to like trust each other, and we would just like share convos, and he sort of like helped me. He noticed some fears that I had around streaming and just like asked me about them, or some insecurities I would have, and he would just talk to me about them. And so like one of like the fears I kind of had around streaming was the idea of co-streaming, because I used to do it before, and then like I had like a few bad experiences that kind of like made me scared about it.
Oh no, I get you. I completely get you.
Right?
Co-streaming could be a two-headed monster. On one hand, you can be co-streaming with one of your favorite people in the world, but then you could also
Right.
like be burned by them. That's what
Right.
sucks.
Exactly. It's definitely too. I mean, when you find someone to vibe with, it's like the best thing ever.
Oh hell yeah. That's how I vibed with Hero. When I first like met Hero, we did a
Right.
co-stream back in March. That was one of the most fun things I've ever done, because we just play
Yes.
Cards Against Humanity all the time.
Oh my lord,
That
I
was
love it.
so much fun. So
I gotta come
I
by
have
one of
clip that
those.
I have a clip that you might know, but oh my god, I'll show it to you later.
Definitely DM it to me.
I definitely will.
But yeah, he was, so just an example of that, and he would be like, "Well, hey, why don't you come onto my stream? You don't have to stream. You can stream if you want, or you don't have to, but come onto my stream." And he'd invite me to stuff. He invited me to like important events too, like on his like New Year's stream or his like Christmas stream. He would just say like, "Hey, yeah, I want you there." So like it's kind of like that. He helped me in terms of that and like get courage, and then obviously like later, fast forward to like kind of nearish nowish is when we started like kind of like really talking with each other
Nearish
and
nowish?
getting to know. Yes, it's how I describe the present past, so the past that's
No, I
like
get
semi
you.
present. But that's when like
That Scottish cat him.
exactly.
All right.
But yeah, then we fast forward to now, and like he's helping me like love myself more and like grow as a person, and just it's nice to have somebody who
It's
sits
really
down and is
amazing
like,
when you
"Hey,
can
like
finally
let me help you."
find that person that can help you like that.
Right, exactly. That's nice. That's a good thing. So yeah. Anyways, long answer to your question, Lumi.
No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine with it. That's what this interview is supposed to be. It's supposed to be getting a better
Right.
look into what you do, who you are, and
True.
yeah.
and then us vibing and making comments from time to time and being silly.
Hell yeah. All right, this next one is a short question. Pause or Moz?
I've done like twice in my stream where we would do polls and votes, and both times pause have won.
I'm not surprised.
We always say like, but we always like, we're always friendly in our stream, because we'll always go like, like mods are valid and everything, but pause just seemed to have the popular vote. So I'm gonna have to. My answer has always usually been pause. So pause as it is.
My answer has always been pause as well. All right. Why did you choose your Sona's breed? Like, why is Diva a panda? And why did you choose her color patterns?
I chose Panda because it kind of all started with playing World of Warcraft, and there's a race in there you can play called Pandaren, and they're basically pandas, and I kind of had that vibing, and I made a character in there, and I was writing stories for this character, and I was getting like designs and stuff, and I was basically almost forgetting about my old Sona, and it was kind of nice because like World of Warcraft was also like a little bit for me for like exploring my gender identity and like stuff like that, so it's really helped me a lot with that. And then I was just like, I think I vibe more with pandas. Like, I don't want to make a Pandaren Sona. Don't get me wrong, I love them, but I think like if I had to choose like an animal, it would just be panda. And I was like, you know what? I like pandas because I literally snack all day. I snack all day, and I mean, napping and sleeping are one of the best things ever. So
I agree.
right. So that would be like as to why like their breed. The colors though, I think I started with the hair because I was like, has to be magenta, because before I even created Diva, who's me now, basically. I dyed my hair magenta all the time. Like, it was always magenta. So I was like, I'm gonna keep the same hair color. I didn't keep the same eye color. I went with purple because I really like there's a rare condition we can get as humans called like Alexandria's Genesis or whatever.
Ooh,
It's basically purple eye color.
that sounds dope
Essentially,
though.
right?
That
I'm
sounds
like,
so
why didn't I
dope.
get born with that?
I wouldn't mind being born with
um,
purple eyes. That'd be sick.
right? But I never looked up if there's any like negatives to it. So like if there is, but I really don't.
If there is negatives to it, we are very sorry.
Right, exactly. But
But it
like I know
sounds
you
so
could
cool. Like
technically right.
I would love to have purple eyes as opposed to my brown eyes make me look like I'm full of shit.
Right? Um but like yeah, I would have to like look at it if there's actually but like I don't know if there like just like I quickly like did a Google search right now and I'm like
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of like it's okay. I'll find out later. I'm sure
It's it
nowadays you can
might
heckin' like change your eye color anyways, like with surgery and stuff. But
I mean, is there a way to change your eye color?
yeah, you can
Aside from
actually
like
go.
eye
There's well,
contacts?
right. There's you can get. I never like went hella into this, but I think you could get it like with it's. I don't know how they do it, but there are procedures where you can change your eye color. You just have to get it like like it's done with like surgery and stuff. I
Hmm.
don't know if they have to do it with like lasering or anything, but
Ow.
I
Ow
don't
is
know
the
how painful or
first thing. Ow. Second of
right.
all, I don't know if I
Um,
want to go through all that pain just to change my eye color.
yeah, I'd stick to like contacts or like I think there might be some eye drops you could take that
Yeah, if
eventually
anything.
or like temporary even. But yeah,
Yeah.
and then like the my panda is basically like I looked at a panda and I'm like and like even red pandas too and I was like, well, they're black in this area and white in this area. What if I just exchanged one of these colors for pink? And to me the pink and white looked a lot better and just like softer too. I was kind of going for like a softer kind of vibe. Um and I was like, hey, this will help me look like a little more
Soft
motherly because I
panda.
was still into the whole like mother thing or like just like portraying myself as like a motherly
Oh, I get
person.
that. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I yeah, that's and I think that's most of my colors and that's why yeah, everything's
Mm-hmm.
good.
All right. Favorite games to
Mhm.
play, like genre or just favorite games in general.
Sure, sure.
Don't list your all-time favorite game though,
No worries. I won't.
because
um
that's two questions. That's a Twitter question, then that's also a question that I put.
oh heckies. Okay. That's a good thing then. You'll find me tend to like vibe with our like role playing games a lot, like RPGs, um, first person shooters, horrors, and MMOs. Like I would have to say, like that's like my main genre of games I play. I tend to like the feeling of progression, and like to me, when I progress in a game, whether it's like my skill in a first person shooter game, or if it's in like a role playing game like World of Warcraft or anything like Fable or whatever the case where my character is growing to get stronger and basically progressing through a story and influencing the world.
The steady
That's
number increase.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Battle passes, give it to me. No. Anything with a battle pass, I'll just buy off the bat. No, that's the running joke in my stream
That's the
and
running
amongst my
joke.
friends.
Uh,
But just basically, honestly, I like the sense of progression. Horror games I tend to enjoy because like they have like really good. I tend to find
Boo.
they have really good stories, and I mean, there's, there's it's just yeah, the boo, the sense of adrenaline and stuff like that.
No, I completely get it. That's kind of the reason
Mhm.
why I don't play horror games a lot because like I feel like like I'm already a very energetic person. I feel like if I get adrenaline, then I'm going to shoot off the walls through my window and fall off of my two-story house. just just
It
completely
can be
just
rough,
splat on the ground.
right?
I'd be dead. Ouch.
It does get there when you first play it. It could get like
I was scared when I
hella
played the
scary.
Phasmophobia demo. I played the training level for
Oh,
Phasmophobia and I got terrified because the thing kept stepping behind me.
Oh, I know that. I played it in VR to learn it, and I like whenever you try it in VR or ever get a chance to try it in VR, it's like a whole different game than like that. But
I'm
I
creeped
was
out
like
just
you
thinking
too when
about
it
it.
was like, hey, the ghost is non-violent, and I'm like,
The
I'm
ghost is
still
non-violent.
freaking terrified.
The ghost is
Like,
non-violent. Bitch, you don't know this game.
right? It could. What if today is the bug that it is violent? Like,
The one
what if?
bug that just starts to grab your face.
Mhm.
Oh God, that would terrify me.
I know, right? Oh.
Ugh. All right, number 7. What's your music taste?
Oh, I think everybody knows this when you come to my stream, but I tend to vibe with a lot of either like synthwave or dreamwave or like anything like 80s kind of like 80s and synthwave. I'll just like say because synthwave is such like a huge genre, but like any kind of like songs that give like a sense of what's the word? A sense of like nostalgia or like that dreamy feeling I'm kind of into. So you'll catch me playing like the Midnight. They're a band, and thank God they said
I've
like
heard
as long
Fuzz
as
talk about them a lot.
yeah. Fuzz is really into them, and I learned about them through like I think like Laughin, and I think Diffuse Moose knew them too, but they also allowed it so you can even like stream their music as well too without like DMCA free.
That's what I like about
So
NSP, if you've heard of them, Ninja Sex Party. I know that
yes,
Jinda likes
yes.
them a lot.
Oh, Jinda like loves them.
And so that's what I like. They said that all of their music is also like copyright free. You can stream it on
Right.
Twitch and whatever. That's what I like about
No,
them. And also
they,
Dan is just a really funny guy.
right. I've listened to some of their covers to 80 songs and they do like amazing like I have to say
Oh, if you want to hear my
they like
recommendation,
yeah, for
definitely stuff
sure.
like Africa, We Built This City.
Oh, I heard We Built This City one and I was like, "Hey, I love this cover. This is really
No, it's
good."
so good. You also
Right.
got You Spin Me Right Round. That's another good one.
Oh, okay, I have like
Take
my
notes.
to-do list for the today, exactly.
Agenda for today. Listen to these songs that this random kid suggested to you.
Right? Heck yes.
All right, moving on to the next question, which is number 8.
Right.
All-time favorite food.
Ooh, easy, hands down question for me. 100% tacos. I
Ooh,
love
I would have
I
thought you
love
said would have said
tacos.
poutine.
I mean, poutine is really good. Don't get me wrong. I will eat poutine any day of the week. It's really good. But um in terms of tacos, I like it being like, and I always said this as to why I like tacos the best is it's always been for me a kind of like a social food kind of thing. Like you usually have tacos with, or you don't not usually, but you can have like tacos with like different people, and it's like a food you can like talk with everybody to. Everyone makes their own like kind of taco and has their different legs to it. So I kind of just like that weird sense of is
Socialism,
it
almost.
gathering or yeah,
Yeah.
like community gathering for
Like, it
food
feels like
and
something that you would eat together as a group.
right, yeah,
I
and
get
like
you.
I've had it like I haven't had it like all the time, but there's been like a number of times for my birthday I've gotten people together and say
Birthday
let's make tacos and stuff.
tacos!
Yeah, exactly, birthday tacos
Hell
and
yeah!
like and
Hey,
you just eat. You just eat until you like comatose, and then you're good for the
as
day
long
or
as you're
the
having
night, and then
fun
you
with
go have
people,
dessert.
it doesn't matter what you eat, in my opinion.
Right?
All right, number 9. All-time favorite video game.
Ooh, I'm torn. This is yeah, whenever you ask a gamer their all-time favorite video game, they like never have one. They have like 20 of them. No,
I mean, I had
but
mine. I picked mine within an instant. So,
oh, what is yours?
Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one.
Ooh, ooh, okay,
Lumi
good.
played a
I
little
heard
bit
good
of it.
things. I heard good things about that.
It's
I
so
kind
good.
of really want to play it actually. Um, for I guess for me, if I had to choose, because like I know I talked about World of Warcraft and that being like, ow, I hit my hand. Sorry. That being that being like that being a game that really helped me with like self exploration and stuff like that. If I had to say like I can understand like MMOs are like a little bit like kind of intimidating to get into.
Yeah, I
So if
get
I
that.
had to say like if there was like a recommendation I could give like an easy game to get into or something like that, and people me said this before, I love the shit out of Subnautica. Um,
Ah.
yeah, it's so like I'm not usually a survival person. I don't really like like I always like get intimidated with crafting systems and like I don't know. I just can never vibe with them. But when I played Subnautica for the first time,
As soon as you
I
said that, I
like
immediately thought of just all of the various clips that you've had of your Subnautica streams,
oh
and it made me
god,
laugh.
yeah. There's that. It's scary. There's actually so here. Wait. I love the story in it. The story is amazing. The sense of dread and feeling alone on that planet is like is insane. And then the crafting is not like too intimidating
Not
because
too
you
hard to get
get
a
like
whole
a
handing of.
right? You get a list of what you could craft and you start learning, okay, well the more I research um things in the sea and stuff like that, I find like I unlock new crafting recipes and stuff like that.
Huh.
Or you pick up a data pad with a new crafting recipe. So it's not like intimidating. And like I love exploration because like there's like some beautiful stuff coming from somebody who has a fear of like the open water, like ocean type thing. Um, um, and this is why this game was so hard for me to actually progress in at first. I actually dragged Lance into a Discord call in one of my streams because I was like, I have to go deeper, but I physically cannot like
Oh, poor Diva.
it was well because it was at a part where it's like all dark and I can't see shit.
I'm
And
surprised you grabbed
and
Lance, though.
I,
Like,
I
if
grabbed
anything, you
him.
would think that Lance would just kind of yell at you. No
He did
disrespect to
me.
Lance.
No disrespect, but he led me to the heckin' dead zone of the game, and that's where you meet some. No spoilers for anybody,
Some
but just
characters.
you don't belong there. Put it that way.
All right, so
Um,
your recommendation, the long and short of it, go check out Subnautica.
yeah, exactly. Love it
All
to
right,
pieces.
good to know. Did you have any sonas before your current one? Did you have any sonas before Diva?
Yes, I did actually. I had a male wolf. He was he was basically like black and white. Like he had like a white underbelly and like white like sleeves, and his eye color was yellow, but his hair was
I'm
pink.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Wow, I
kidding.
know. It was my first one. But like I kind of grew from that too. It was hard like when choosing my first Sonix. I'm like foxes are pretty neat, but I started actually that was the time when I was like really into Furcadia though, and I did like a lot of wolf pack things there. So I was like, maybe I vibe with wolves a lot more because I love the pack
Uh,
mentality. Like everyone like it's a family thing, right? Like everybody looks after each other's
funny
back and
story. When
stuff.
I was making my sona, I was like,
Yeah.
I was originally gonna go with Fox, but then I was like,
Hmm.
and then I was looking through all the fandom. I was like, Fox, 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 Fox,
I
Fox.
mean,
Oh my god! And so I was like, I saw literally no cats. So I was like, why not just be like a domestic cat? I like cats,
there you
and they're
go.
nice and fluffy.
Yes. Oh,
And so that's how
they're
Mischief was born.
really nice. Oh, and the mischief was born. It's super cute.
Mischief is almost a
Um.
year old now. Jesus Christ.
Oh heck. When it's your Sona's birthday.
Funnily enough, I actually came out as a furry on Christmas.
Oh my lord! That means it's coming up.
Yeah.
Happy
Happy year Christmas.
furriness. Happy, yeah, exactly.
Happy year
And then
Christmas.
yeah, that was and I had my wolf there, and then well, obviously I kind of like changed because I mean I started exploring my gender more, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not really vibing with this at all. So he's kind of trashed right now. He's disappeared.
He's
We don't
kind of
talk about
trash.
him.
He's
He's
kind of
he's
trash.
he's oh Jan. He's so yesterday.
I was taking a drink of water.
I've had my good times with him. He was great to like kind of being introduced to the fandom, but I have Diva now who's more me, and that's what I like with like my Sonas, right? Like my Sona is basically my extension of my soul. Like Diva is me essentially.
Yeah, I
So
get you.
like yeah, so I definitely vibe with her a lot
Mm-hmm.
more.
All right. Moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
Who is your biggest inspiration for your content?
Ooh. So Interestingly enough, and I have to. And there's a reason why I say this one, dude. Because I could say like many people have kind of influenced my content in the way I do things. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jinda, for instance, is like helps me become more chill and social. Whereas I don't know, like Illumi has helped me with problem
Oh
solving
yeah,
with
I get
things
you.
and learning how to like just keep my cool in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like the one person who's had like probably the most influence on my content would have to be if you know Laughin. He's a
I've heard of him.
Laughin the
I
hyena,
haven't talked to him at all.
the Geen Bean. That's okay. That's okay. I met him first. I think it was in the middle of my hiatus. I'm not sure. I took a hiatus like after I made it like affiliate or something.
Oh.
But um, I met him and I like went to his streams like every day and I was like, this guy like played a lot of Friday the 13th and he knew his shit about like horror games and stuff like that, and he's like a voice actor too. So
Oh.
yeah, and
Interesting.
so I loved his stuff. I sat there and I'm like, well, I think I like horror games too, a lot like him. And then I loved the idea, like he would talk about like things from the 80s and everything. Like he definitely had that 80s nostalgic vibe to it. So I sat down, and as I was getting ready to come back to my stream, I was like, I think I think I'm gonna grab my inspiration from Laughin, because so that's why I started being that's why people know me as like the horror queen. Like I know horror,
Horror
I play a lot
Queen.
of horror games because I
Yes,
started
Queen.
yes. um I started like playing these games and I loved them. And then I was like, well, hey, now I want synthwave stuff in my stream. Now I want to be like that 80s girl, you know? Like, and so like I have to say Laughin is like my biggest inspiration for my content, because I just loved the way he portrayed himself on stream. I love how he's open to playing games. Like he'll like play Dead by Daylight and invite people he knows, or like Friday the 13th with the community and stuff like that. And it's just been nice. He's really good at like reviewing those types of games. So if I'd say like the way I got my horror knowledge was from Laughin, to be honest.
I get that.
Yeah.
You get that one person that just likes to do this one thing and introduces you to it, and then you just
Right.
it expands your knowledge of that one topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He definitely helped me find myself a lot more.
Yeah, I get that. All right. If you could tell something to your past self, say like 5 or 6 years ago, what would you say?
God, life would be so much easier if I did. No, I'm just honestly, I think I would tell myself to listen to your heart slash follow what you think you may be good at. And I'm always someone who says, you know, there's like, and as not to like the point of it, but there's a reason where I went through some of the shit I did. Basically, like, and I'm referring to basically going to school, and getting my degree, and like it's not I don't regret getting my degree, but um
I
I
regret
I
not dropping out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
like right, I met friends there, I grew as a person there. Like I don't regret having that experience, but I never listened to myself when it came to like, hey Diva, I think we would really like doing something creative, like getting into art,
I
making
get you.
music, kind of like something like that, because I was finding I wasn't using my creativity. And like I mean, down the line I learned that conventional jobs are just like not for me. I cannot do them. And like
Mm.
if like other people can do them great, like slay it, I just physically can't anymore. But I look at that and I was like, and I look at that and I'm like, well, I wouldn't have been I who knows if I would have been streaming if I didn't have all of these like events happen, and I find out that I just like quit my job and have nowhere to go or nothing to do except discovering streaming kind of thing.
That's the thing.
So,
We'll never know.
but I right, exactly. That's the thing. We'll never know. But there are times I do say to myself, and so like just basically to answer your question, what would I tell myself? What would I? Yeah, I tell my previous self is to be more open to that side of me, because I feel like I could have grown a lot as
That's a
like I'm
balance.
just getting into art now and like getting into music stuff now, and
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
legit happy.
That's the
So
thing. It's hard
yeah.
for like, especially like nowadays, like people my age and people like a little bit older than me, say like a late teens, early 20s type person.
Right.
They don't really want to listen. They're just starting to roam the world and they want to figure out things for themselves without
Right.
anybody's help. And that's what I think that people are missing. It
Heck
doesn't
yes.
take a lot to say, "Hey, I need help with something."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We all need help here and there. And I think like as I usually say, I love this question by the way. As I usually say, what did like I always felt like we were rushed, like growing up and stuff like that. Like they tell you to go to school, like you go to elementary school, right? And then they're like smacked into high school, and like grade 9, grade 10, they're kind of like, well, hey, what do you want to do? And you're like, well,
Well, I
I'm
don't
I, I'm
know.
just trying to be a kid right
I just
now.
want
Like
to
I'm
be
just trying to
me.
grow. Right. I'm hormones are bursting out like my head. I have no idea how to deal with these changes. Like and then I'm like expected to, because then they're like, oh well, you need to like choose your courses, that
Oh,
kind
you
of
need to
like
choose your courses. Oh, wait, you also have this test due tomorrow at 3 a.m.
right. And so you're sitting here like, I've not got the time to figure out who I really am
And then you
before
gotta
I
start to work, and then you gotta
right.
start to learn your
you
life, and then you're like,
you
oh my
start
god, life sucks.
right, you start learning to work, like you work. Oh, bless
Oh
people
my
who are in
god.
like the fast food customer service industry, because that's usually a lot of people's first
Retail
jobs,
too.
right? Retail,
Bless
yeah.
retail people.
That's just
Bless retail
like
people.
y'all go through. I've been there too,
I
and
work as
we go
retail. I work at
we
retail. I know the pain.
right, we go through shit, and
Go
it's
through
just
terrible
it's
shit.
right. And then what? And then like as like a society, right? You're expected after high school, you go up and it's like, okay, what college or university you want to go to?
But like, what if
Have
I
you
don't
thought
want to
about
go?
your program? And you're like, what? I'm just like
I just want to do things.
right. So like if there's like one thing I could like tell to people is that like take a deep breath and like explore yourself. Like have that self-discovery journey. There is no rush at like that stage, because you might not that you'll make any like bad decisions or wrong decisions. There's always going to be like your friends to help you out and stuff like that, but like there's just you could end up like, and again, I know I say that like that maybe if I didn't go through my whole degree thing, I wouldn't be streaming or whatever. But I just like to tell people to like do a little bit more self discovery, right? Like learn a
Mm-hmm.
bit about yourself. You're allowed. I took a year off, and a year wasn't enough. Like after high school, I graduated high school and I took a year off. I didn't go to college or uni. Apparently that wasn't long enough, because I got I got a degree in something I'm not in right now. I mean, it taught me some things, but
Eh,
you know, but yeah, I just we all deserve a self discovery time. We really
I
do.
agree. I agree.
Hmm.
Board games or video games?
This is such a tough question. You're asking someone who enjoys collecting and like invited
Oh
friends over to
no.
board games, but like because they both offer such a unique, different experience. I might have to lean to video games though. As much as it breaks my heart to say bye bye board games, I'm choosing video games over you. I think I just like I think there's more like variety and
I get you.
and like things to like video games. I mean, arguably you could say D&D is board games, and now I wish I said board games now, but no, I'm joking. But I just like I tend to play them more with like friends and stuff like that. It's easier to like hop into like whether I'm playing World of Warcraft with somebody or like logged into like Call of Duty to play. It's usually like my go-to like chill time.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably
I
video.
said in my episode that if I had to choose board games, what would your favorite board game be?
Oh, I really like. I really like. I want to hear yours too, but I really like. There's a game out there called Betrayal: House on the Haunted
That's
Hill.
literally mine.
Oh yes,
Yes.
it's so good.
It's such a
Did you
good
know
game.
there's like a legacy version too
There
that has
is?
like, yeah, so it basically it has like it's a continuation from your previous playthrough. So like you
Oh.
start the game out, and your first playthrough is gonna like change or impact your second playthrough, and stuff that happens in the
Oh.
house and stuff
Oh, that sounds
is gonna
awesome.
is gonna have like future effects on you. And I've never played something. I've never played it. I played like a pandemic version, which was actually pretty badass too.
That
But
sounds awesome.
right, but I wanted to try the Betrayal Legacy version a lot, because just the idea of like, oh, like you winning or losing this game is going to affect, like,
Yeah, like
then
you
the
get
next
this item and
playthrough.
it impacts this event that happens.
Right, in
That's
like a
so
future game.
cool.
It's sweet. There's a lot of creativity to board games nowadays. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
It's not just the same, oh, go around this circle, get this one piece of equipment, and then you do it
Collect
again
100 and
over and
go.
over and
No.
over and over again.
Right. It's not like Monopoly, where it makes you hate your friends and
Oh,
not talk
God.
to them, and nobody wants to clean up the board game right, and
And so you
everyone
just
walks away for a
leave, and
solid
you just
minute.
leave the board game, and it sits there for a good few days.
Right? Eventually, you're like, "Ah, I should probably clean it up
You're
now."
like, fine.
Right.
All right. Cuddles or snuggles?
um, hmm. I mean, I almost want to just say like snuggles, just because like it's I will usually say like snugs someone as opposed to
I cheated.
cuddles
I said
someone.
both.
You said both? Heck. Well, I mean, you could argue and say like, oh, both are like similar, but I think snuggles to me sounds like a cute term, like a cuter term
Aw,
for like,
yeah.
so it's like, oh, like
Go
snuggies
get
or
your
whatever, like
snuggles.
snuggles.
Get the snuggles.
I love it.
I love it.
See?
It's
So I
so
think I
good.
think snuggles is my answer.
Nice. If you could travel anywhere without worry of cost, where to and why?
Hmm. It's tough because we all have like a few places we'd like to see.
Yeah.
Um I think it's so hard though. I think a lot of me though would want the it's tough.
Go to Scotland, go
Because
see
like
Lumi.
well, there's that, but I know we both want to like go to Japan one day and visit that, because we're like, I mean, we're not only I'm like we're not obviously big fans of like anime and like manga and stuff like that, but there's
Weebs. No, I'm
something
kidding.
we pretty much, but like I want to try a lot of the food there, and
Yeah.
I'm a big food person, so like when I like see a culture, I tend to like another culture's food than my own. Like I like my
Oh,
own,
trust
sure,
me,
but I
I do
get
that all the
excited for
time.
other, right?
That's why you
Like
get so excited over like Chinese food. It's just like it's foreign, it's interesting.
right,
And
exactly. And
whereas you
then there's
just get a cheeseburger and you're just like, well,
I've
it's
had
just
this
what's
yesterday.
different?
No,
What's different about this?
it's yeah, exactly. So I think I'd say Japan. I was joking in my head, like thinking like, oh well, I would want to go to Hawaii and like get Hero Corgi to show me all like their stuff, because I also want
Oh,
to
trust me, I would
learn
want to
some
go
Hawaii.
Hawaii too.
Right. I wanna learn like some Hawaiian culture, but I think the very first place I'd have to go like like don't have to worry about money would be Japan, just to experience like the different, well, to experience their culture too, their food, hecking, like they have some pretty badass over there too. So I'd love to like stay in like some of them, and I don't know, it'd be
Yeah,
neat. It'd be neat.
it'd be very cool. All right. 16. What's your favorite game to play with friends?
Mm, what do I like playing with friends?
I said VR chat because none of my friends like to play the games that I like.
Honestly, VR chat is like, oh, now I might lean to VR chat is fun, in a sense, because it's more focused on your social interaction with them, and you could go like exploring different maps,
Yeah.
and hacking, and like just like hell, you could do anything. There's a map for literally everything in VR chat.
Pretty
Like,
much.
I that's such a
Then
that's
again,
a
is that kind of cheating in a way because you're saying that it's kind of like
it
multiple games
might
within
be,
one?
well,
But I
that's what I'm thinking.
I'd say it's fine.
I'd say it's fine too. I a lot of my as I would usually tell someone, like I'm very much a social gamer. So like yes, I have to like the game. I have to enjoy the game and stuff like that. But a lot of my enjoyment of that game is gonna come from the social interaction I'm having with my friends. So like I like there I could say like so many. I might lean I don't play it anymore, but I used to play Rainbow Six Siege with like a group of folks, and we would literally log on and like stay on for like hours just like
Just
shooting
talking.
the shit and vibing. And then there's like Call of Duty, which I tend to vibe
Ugh.
to in the nights, and it's so hard to this is a hard question. And then there's like World of Warcraft, which is like because I get to like play with friends easier.
Mm.
um I don't know these days. I guess we'll have to even it's a tie between like VR chat or like Call of Duty or something, because VR chat is a little bit more easier to hang out with other people, because like everybody usually tends to like congregate in one area, and then you like split off in different groups to talk, or you could have those solo hangouts. It's
Yeah.
This is a tough question. I hope I answered it. Would you count that as an
I
answer?
count that as an answer. That's fine. Hey, we're just here chatting and we're having a good time. That's
Exactly.
what's important.
There you go.
Do you have any other Furs merch? Say like I have a Hero Corgi shirt. Do you have anything like that?
Oh my lord, you have a Hero Quirky shirt?
I
I love
do.
it. That's super cute. I want to see it.
I'll DM you a picture later.
Perfect. Um, um, Actually, the only person's merch I own currently is Lumi's.
Oh, I see how
I
it is.
I know, right? I know. Favoritism.
Simp. No
um,
kidding.
I have. What do I have? I have the Lumi
She has the
loves.
Daki. Don't let her
I
fool you. She has the
I mean,
Daki.
I don't know. I have the I have the Ducky. Yes, I have his
You
like
do
little cute
actually?
body pillow. It's actually really soft.
Is it
It's
now?
right. The design is nice. It's super soft. I feel like I'm advertising now for Lumi's
Oh
merch
whoa.
line.
Oh whoa, advertisements.
Oh, exactly. I mean, now any order after today, like he's gonna have to give like
2%,
40% to me.
40%.
Forty
Jeez.
percent. Yeah.
He's
I'm
advertising him on a YouTube channel that nobody goes to.
right. Oh no. But I own his
Crying.
Lumi's. No, I own his is Lumi loves tea, which is like a really cute picture of his like face and like all the things he like loves around him. Like there's like a Dragon Ball, Twitch symbol and stuff. And then there's this one I had to get. It's our couples merch though. So I have a
Oh.
mouse pad and the T-shirt that has it's
Aw.
like it's I'm like holding a lantern and I'm like visibly frightened and stuff like that, but I'm holding onto like Lumi's arm, and he has like
Aw.
a gun, and we're like ready to explore like the next room or whatever. It's really
Oh, that's
cool.
adorable.
And so yeah, it's the Ducky, the two T-shirts, and the mouse pad that I own from him.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you think that the fandom should
Oh,
work on?
tough question.
I said accountability in my video. I said that we needed to be more
Yeah,
accountable. Because
accountability. Yeah, I can see that too.
Because in my opinion, there's just way too many people and bad ways
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we handle
You wonder how
situations.
you wonder how some of these people get in, or you
Yeah,
just are like. And I like to. I might. I This is such a hard question, because I do agree on that. Like, definitely, there should be a little bit more, like, in terms of like accountability. Um, I'd like to think. I mean, and maybe it's just like the right people I see. I like to think we do call people out on some shit that um that is like, hey, that's a hot take that you shouldn't have, or that's an opinion you probably should have kept to yourself,
keeping it
or changed,
keeping it
hopefully.
more
But
friendly for YouTube. But
yeah,
in the long and short of it, basically what we're saying is, just don't be stupid. Just please don't be
I think
stupid.
so. Just yeah, exactly. Like, as honestly, I think we're getting there. We've honestly
There
have
has been
like
change within the past year. There has been more change,
yeah.
and I
I
like
think,
that.
but
But I just feel like there's still too many
yeah.
of these
Oh
people
yeah.
that need to see the light. in a way.
Exactly, or just yeah, I'd agree with you. I think when it first like initially came up with like some hot topics or whatever, I think we weren't really prepared for it because we never really, we never really thought about it, or maybe there was never really a light shined on it,
Because that's the
and
hard part with a community as big as the furry fandom. There's no real way to like keep us grouped up and like keep the set boundaries.
right, exactly. So it could be hard when like really bad stuff happens, we just don't see it, and when we do see it, we're like, well, really, furries can be that? What, this exists? And then you learn, holy shit, this does exist,
Yeah,
and so like, and that goes for like a multitude of subjects, like
yeah.
with things. So yeah, I would agree. Like accountability is nice, and then hopefully, like when that accountability comes, and maybe it can help people grow, and maybe it'll help people see, when they have like a shitty view or something, they could just sit down and be like, you know what, like who was I, like that was a dick thing I said, maybe
What
not,
am
like maybe I
I?
could have a second chance, and they can apologize and hopefully make it right, and then we can, yeah,
Yeah, I
I
get
like
you.
that.
As soon as you said like who they are, I immediately thought of the Markiplier meme of "What am I?"
What am I? I love it.
It's so good. What is your favorite gift that you have ever received? This could be through Christmas. This can be through a friend gifting you something. Does not matter. What is your favorite gift?
My favorite gift. I'm trying to think of anything that I use currently. If I do use anything currently, or a more long term, but it's hard to kind of say.
Hmm.
Um, I guess to be on a, I don't know if you would call this a gift though. To be on the little more sentimental side of things. Um, what was it? A few years back, maybe? I think it was a few years back. My mom has actually passed down, or and slash sent me like just like a bunch of like her history, basically. I have like
Oh.
pictures of her when she was a kid. I'm really close to my mom, and that's why it kind of like means a lot to me.
I get you.
And like there's pictures of her, there's like old school, like old like workbooks she used to work in school. Like I have like a lot of like of her memories with me now. So um
The
I guess
legacy.
it it's hard to say. I don't know if that counts as a gift because it's more of like a passed on thing, but
I'm fine with
it,
that.
it it's like that. And then the only other honestly I can think of is like um my roommate and his brother buying me my new ukulele because I still also
Aw.
use that, and that's been nice too. And there's so many. Lumi giving me that date art. Like
Aw.
I tend to like gifts that are very like that have like some form of like emotional meaning to them,
Like something that
and
has
like
like emotional value.
yeah, exactly, like that.
I get
That
that.
and it like strengthens a bond because like I still obviously use my ukulele today. Like I needed a new one, and like they recognized it and they bought me one, and then Lumi like asking me out practically with that picture, or like getting it and it's like, hey, we're cute together, and then they all have like different meaning. Then my mom passing that down, like all of her like memories, her old like some of her jewelry and stuff. Like it's all that there that like I like gifts that have meaning to them pretty much.
I get you. If you could meet one of your idols in real life, who and why?
Heck, did you, for this, do you mean like a celebrity, or it could be like
It
anybody,
can be
or
anybody that you admire.
I think I'd have to say, because there's like so many people. I think I'd have to say I there's so one initial thought popped in my head, and maybe I'll just go with him. Diffuse Moose. As
Uh,
you know, I've known this dude for like as long as I've started streaming, almost,
mm,
which is over 2 years now. Actually, I've known him for over 2 years now. he kind of helped me come back because I used to, and like I highly recommend nobody ever does this because it's tough on you.
Mm.
But I used to stream every day. I would
Oh my
stream in the
God.
evenings, and I would stream for like a good portion of time. And I think I would do like 6 hours or something. I don't
Holy
know. I burnt
crap!
myself out like
How did you do
heavily.
that?
I don't know. I had nothing better to do. but but you start learning about the things to do. So I burnt myself out once I got affiliate, and I was like, that was fun and everything. I celebrated. I
That was
streamed
fun
for a
and
little
everything.
bit there.
Now goodbye.
Right. And then I fell apart, and then I was like, hold on. I think I'm streaming for like the wrong reason, and I'm not doing it for myself anymore. Like I gotta refigure myself. So as I'm kind of like going through this, I met like Chio the Blue Dragon, Chioxin Baldrin, and then he introduced me to Moose, and I met Moose when Buddy was hecking like every night he would work, and then he would come home to stream, and he would stream it's Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Battle Royale, that one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I used to watch him a lot and like cheer him on, and then eventually he was like, do you have this game? And I'm like, yeah, I do actually. And he would invite me to those games, so I would play with him there with his squad there. And that was cool too. So I think he like, and I kind of like, we had some like deep talks and stuff like that, and he kind of helped me come back to streaming for like, I found my reason as to why I wanted to stream. I created new layouts and stuff like that, and I came back, and he supported me, and we like basically had this journey together, and it was really good. And that's why I like have this, or that's why I idolize him, I guess, is because I really like how connected he is with people, or how he can connect with people so easily. And like he just wants to share his kindness, make sure everybody's safe. And I don't even think that dude has like a mean bone in his body. Like he's like he's super kind-hearted, open.
He's got this one toe that's just the most angry part on his
It's
body.
the angriest toe. It's the angriest
You got
toe.
the angriest toe.
Oh yeah, and I would just love the opportunity. I would love to honestly like just like one-on-one meet him. Like we go to the bar and enjoy like a meal and wine and just like talk, because it's just like we're that close.
Seems like the classiest guy.
Yes, we definitely share our taste in wine and stuff like that.
All right, now we move on to the Twitter questions.
Yeah.
There was only 4 of them, one of them also being
my favorite game or something.
Yeah.
Heckies. Okay.
All right, let's go with this one.
I'm scared.
At Hunter Wusky tweeted and asked, "Where did you get the idea for your Twitch channel point redeems?"
Just just all of them in general, in a sense.
And then they said, "You know the one."
I think I know the one.
Do you know the one?
So, I know Hunter. He's a dork, and I love him to pieces. He's probably referring to the water ASMR one, but basically, I started with bamboo because I'm like, well, pandas like bamboo, and I'll just get my friend Asara to draw some bamboo as my bamboo points, and then Remy Draken was like, hey, I think Glamboo would be such a great idea for your heckin' channel point name. And I'm like, oh my lord, Glamboo is amazing. So I changed it to Glamboo.
Shout out to Remy, by the way. He's heckin' adorable.
Oh, he heckin' is. And then so he's probably referring to the water ASMR, which honestly, I'm really trying to remember why I have that, but I think
it just grew on you.
It kind of grew. I think there was one experience when I was streaming where I was pouring myself some water, and I always loved, like, I know there's like ASMR to help you like relax and stuff like that, but I also know there's like some ASMR people like that I like joke about and make fun of and stuff.
Oh wow.
But I was like, well, hey, what if? And I think there was like one time where I was pouring water, and one of my viewers was just like, that water pourer, that like water ASMR, and I was like, I can make this a silly. I think I joked or something, and I said like, should I just like make a channel point where I just like pour water next to the microphone? And people said yes, and it kind of just stuck there. Other than that, I just wanted people also to check because I have sound effects too. You can play onto it. I wanted people to be able to like.
What I want to know is where's the caveman?
Where's the cave?
I
Exactly.
love
The
it.
famous Scooby one that everybody loves. We have
Everybody
some.
loves you gotta love some Scoob in your life, right?
Exactly.
All
I think Hunter's talking about the water ASMR. If he's not, I totally butchered his question, and I'll just DM me Hunter and let me know.
All right. At Dragon Moses J asks,
Oh
"What's your
yeah.
favorite snack during stream?" And also, how do you keep a consistent schedule?
Ooh. Favorite snack. So this is a little hard because I'm literally this person. I can have a 3 before I start stream, and then I'll hit go live in 30 minutes. I'm like hungry. I'm starving. I'm dying.
I feel
um,
that.
right? So I tend to go for softer foods because I don't want to like crunch over the mic. And if I have something crunchy, I have to mute up, and that could sometimes be a pain
I
when you're like talking with chat and stuff.
Yeah.
And or like just on a just crunchy. Yeah, I just hate being aware. Like the less I'm already streaming, I'm already trying to pay attention to chat. I'm already playing a game. Like
I'm
there's so
already
much more I
doing
need
one
to.
thing, so I don't want to have to worry about.
Right, just like this constant crunching, and I'm sure nobody wants to hear the crunch. There was one time though, everybody begged me to do a
Yeah, I
crunch ASMR,
remember
and I did.
that. I remember that. That was
Yes,
so
and
funny.
it
It
got
was just like
clipped and
there was a
everything.
poll in the chat that was just like, "Who wants to hear Diva Crunch?" And it was like
Oh
80%
God, I
said yes.
remember.
And then I
Yeah,
remember you just went so close to the mic and you just like,
the crunch over the tip or whatever.
that was so good.
But I tend to vibe with more sweeter things for stream. If that helps
Ooh.
to answer like a little bit, I've had like French fries from McDonald's and stuff like that as like snacks and stuff. But usually, I'm either eating something like sweet, like a cinnamon roll, or like a
Ah,
or like some cookies, something along the lines of that.
you make me hungry. I
I'm
just
I'm
ate.
actually getting hungry right
I
now
just ate
too.
pizza.
Oh, and how do you keep a consistent schedule was the second question, right?
Yes.
Um, this one is important, and I talk about this a lot because I'm someone who used to believe, and I mean, it's everybody is different, everybody operates different, everybody's growth. It's like growth is subjective. It's all different. But I used to be somebody who never really had a schedule. Because I came from such a strict schedule. I was like, I have to stream this day at this time, and this game. And
Mm.
I got so strict that I started getting anxiety from my own schedule. And there was days where I'm like, well, now I'm not vibing with that game anymore. What do I
Uh,
do? Or now like this happened and my
so it's
day
like,
like yeah,
yeah.
it's I put
It's like
so
the
much.
people are expecting this, but like I'm not vibing with this anymore. What do I do now?
Right, right,
That's always the
exactly.
fear with like any content creator.
Right, and then like I used and that time before I burned out, I was like, well, I stream every day, so it doesn't matter what schedule I have. But
Mm.
I once went to Dodger's stream. He's a wild abandoned mod.
Yeah, I know
Um,
Dodger.
yeah, he did like a little streaming 101 thing, and I raided into him. I was running a little bit late to his thing, and he talked about schedules, and I sat down, and I'm like, well, I'm really good friends with Dodger, and like I know he has like a lot of experience with content creation. Maybe I should listen to him about schedules and actually have one, because I told myself I wanted to take away one thing from his streaming 101, and that was the one thing I was like, maybe I should do this.
Hmm.
So I sat down and I'm like, let's not stress about it too hard, but let's give myself a schedule. So I said I started, and I recommend for folks who like kind of struggle with keeping a schedule, or maybe intimidated with actually making a schedule, is just pick first how many times you want to stream per week. Personally, I recommend 3 to 4. you can go over, you can go less, but I just recommend 3 to 4 times. It helps with that little bit of consistency and people like coming back a little bit.
Or if you're
And it's
like
like
me,
that
you just
magic
stream
number.
wherever the hell you want.
Yeah, you just stream whenever, exactly.
That's
And
what
then
I do. I stream whenever I want, however game. I don't really care.
hey, and if
People
like
show
and
up, I
that's
show up.
exactly, and if you vibe, you vibe. You know, like there's if that's your thing, like rock it. Like I will never tell someone to not rock their thing if they don't enjoy it, or if they enjoy it, I should say. If they don't enjoy it, I'm like, switch it up a
Please,
little.
maybe not.
But but yeah, I usually start with like telling people decide, and you could decide on the days. Like you don't have to come up with an immediate day thing, but just decide on which days you want to stream. So if it's 3 days a week, you choose which 3 days and go from there. And then for me, I started being like, well, let's choose a time. I used to be an evening streamer actually. I used to start streaming at like
Really?
6 p.m. my time. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was 6 p.m. or 3 p.m. It was something like that. And I was like, I hated how late it was because like I got to the point where like people either had bedtime or I was just like also
Oh,
I
trust
was
me,
getting tired too.
that's the
And
complication that I have with Hero Stream. He streams like 6 hours behind me, so he's streaming at like 2 p.m. his time, 9 p.m. my time.
right,
That's what.
it's
Then I
just
moderate for him, so that's what makes it so hard. It's like
heck
I'm staying up till like 1 a.m. for his streams.
right.
It's
He's
worth
such
it
a
though.
good
He's a good
dude.
bean. Shout out to
Yes,
Hero.
exactly. But yeah, and then I figure I eventually moved to the after. I chose the time. I was like, I'm gonna do 12:30 my time because that's when like the Eastern time folks, like people are kind of like getting out of school-ish or wrapping up work or whatever. And West Coast people like me are either at lunch or like they're kind of like getting ready for the evening. So they might be like work lurking or something
Yeah.
and I can see them there.
Mm-hmm.
Um so for me, I guess like the best way to keep a consistent schedule is like first pick how many times you want to stream a week and vibe with that. Next, choose which days. If there are certain days that are just better for you to stream, make sure that like write that in your schedule in your brain wherever. Hey, like Wednesdays are like a day I know I'm gonna always be able to stream, so I'll put Wednesday as my day, and then eventually, like I always just say, like just slowly ease yourself into a schedule after you pick like how many times you want to stream and the different days you want to stream. Then work on like time, and then you should hopefully um kind of find your like groove with through that, and then so now
Yeah.
you figured out your time, your days, and how many times you want to stream, and you're
Mm-hmm.
totally allowed to take some time off. Like I get it, we all get like busy, we
Never
all
think
get
that time
stressed.
off is a bad thing. Never think that
Exactly,
off is
it's
a bad
such
thing.
like a and this is advice that like I give to other people, and but I even have a hard time taking myself
Yeah,
is
definitely.
what that whole like taking a break thing, because you're
Breaks are
allowed
good,
that,
guys.
right,
If you're feeling burnt
your
out or anything,
mood,
you are always allowed to take a break.
right.
Don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
Exactly,
Mm-mm, don't let
exactly.
nobody tell you.
Exactly.
All
Heck, but
right.
yeah, there's that, and I guess like to
Mm-hmm.
wrap up that question, basically, is just to like, I had something in my head. Oh yeah, because like if you're feeling strained, if you're not having a good day, and it's just met like people will see like through it. It's not a bad thing. It's good to be open with your community, but I think they would rather you take a break than for
Mm-hmm.
you to strain. Like you're in the let's like quote unquote say we're technically in the entertainment business, right? Like a
Yeah.
lot of our content and everything is dependent on our mood, our ability to
Yeah.
talk to people and stuff like that. So it's kind of goes in line with that.
Uh-huh. And that was all the questions that Twitter has had, and that was all the questions that I have. Is there anything that you would like to tell the people at home?
Oh my lord, I wasn't prepared for this question. Now, no. um, honestly, like, I could just usually say the things I usually say at the end of my stream. Is I always say like fear regret over failure. It's just like a kind of little thing to like. There's like more meaning to that. I usually say that because like we should fear regret like not acting on something we may want to act on or we may be thinking about over the chance of failure, because we can get over failure. Regret is something that like will live with you for like ever.
Forever. Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas if we fail, we deal with the hard feelings and the moments of failing, but we maybe see life or see what we were thinking about in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So, and I'm always someone about like self discovery and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't be here if I didn't sit down and be like, okay, Diva, what do you love? Like maybe you're just someone who needs to do
Well,
something
you
in life.
love Lumi.
Absolutely love. I love Lumi. Um, so like, and I sat down and like it took like a year of or a year plus of like therapy and like sitting down to realize what I needed to do in life, or not what I needed to do in life, but basically who I was. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to be creative. I need to do something that has purpose to me. And this is how I found like streaming. I'm getting into art recently, music and stuff like that. So I always tell people like, and give yourself time to self discovery. Even if you don't think you might have something to explore, just sit down and reflect and be like, is there something new I might be willing to try? Or is there something I'm unhappy in my life with that I might be able to shift or change? And obviously don't like ceaselessly strive to like change something you can't change, but like see if you can like work on that. And yeah, we're I'm all about like creating or like mental health stuff and stuff. And I guess like at the end of the day, just be kind to others, be kind to yourself. Like you deserve it.
Yeah.
And life is rough, so let's not be another negative source on ourselves. Like let's not bring ourselves down when sometimes the world will bring us down, other people will bring
Positive
us
mental
down.
attitude.
Yeah, exactly. And I know
Yeah.
that's hard. I know that's hella hard
It's
sometimes, but
very hard to keep up, but if you can keep it
right.
up, you'll feel so much better about yourself. Trust me.
Exactly. And you have us. You have friends, you have me, you have mischief to like to help keep you smile. So yeah, I guess that's what I would just like leave out. And of course the smooches mwah, to everybody.
Guys, please go check out DivaPanda. It was an honor to have you on, and it was an honor to get this opportunity to get a better look into how you are, how you came to be, and what you're going to do in the future, if
Oh,
anything.
yeah, thank you so much for having me on, and thank you. I know like folks have voted me in or like voted like for me to be like the next show or whatever. So it was really cool to get like a moment with this and like share a little bit more about myself and be a little goofy with you. So
Please go check
and
her
thank
out
you.
on Twitter at DivaPandas. There's an S.
Oh yeah, on the Twitter, I will get Diva Panda one day on Twitter,
One
but
day. One day.
one day I'm so mad. I'm sure if you search Diva Panda though, you'll see my icon. You'll
You'll
know who
get
I
her
am.
eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, go follow her on Twitter. Go follow her on Twitch. She is
Thank you.
Fresh Panda. Fresh Panda.
Fresh Kitty is
Oh,
you.
come on. You make me blush.
Yes.
But anyways, that's the end of the second episode of Furst Insight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Diva, once again for being here. It was an honor
Thank
to get to know
you.
you more.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Anyways, that's the end of the video, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.